Okay, dear students, now let's discuss and recapitulate chapter number 1, the important topics that you have to go through. First of all, on page number 1, definition of communication. What is communication? Communication means sharing of thoughts, ideas, and emotions between two or more persons. The other thing is that communication is derived from Latin word communis or communicare, which means make common. Page number 2. The important topics are, first of all, who creates the message? Sender. The other name of the sender is transmitter. So sender or transmitter creates the message and medium carries the message from the sender to the receiver. So receiver is the person who receives the message. The elements of communication cycle are sender, ideas, encoding, communication channel, receiver, decoding, and feedback. From page number 3, the most important topic is this figure, elements of communication. First comes sender, message, encoding, channel, receiver, decoding, and feedback. This figure is very important. Other thing is definitions. Sender. Sender is the person who wants to convey the message. Ideas. Ideas is the subject of the message. Encoding. The process of converting the message to be transmitted into symbols is called encoding. Communication channel. Information transmitted to the receiver through certain channels, which may be either formal or informal, are known as communication channel. Next is receiver. Receiver is the person who receives the message or for whom the message is meant for. Next one is decoding. Decoding means to convert the message in such a way that receiver understand it completely. Again, I am repeating. Decoding means to convert the message in such a way that receiver can understand it completely. Feedback. Feedback is the process that ensures that the receiver has received and understood the message in the same sense as sender meant it. Now, from page number 4, the important topic is that tell the importance of communication in an organization, or what is the importance of communication in an organization. For that, you just have to learn this figure, that the importance of communication in an organization is team building, decision making, increases cooperation, boosts morale, innovation, coordination, effective leadership, fluent working. From page number 5, you have to do the definition of perspectives. Define perspectives. Perspectives in communication is each person's own way of seeing the world. And the perspectives in communication are visual perception, languages, past experiences, prejudices, feelings, environment, personal factors, culture. You only have to learn the factors affecting the perspectives in communication. The next thing is 7 C's of communication. This topic is very important. 7 C's. Effective communication is essential in every aspect of our life, whether it be at home, at work, or with our friends. So, 7 C's of communication are clear, concise, concrete, correct, consideration, complete, cautious. First one is clear. Clear means that your message should be easy to understand with full clarity. Second one is concise. Concise means to be to the point without using a lot of words. Third, concrete. Concrete means specific, meaningful, and clear. Fourth, correct. The message being communicated must be correct. Fifth, consideration. Consideration means that we have to consider the level of the audience. The message should be according to the audience requirements. This is known as consideration. If the message is according to the audience level and requirement, then the result will be positive. Next one is 7th, courteous. Courteous means not only thinking about receiver but also valuing his feelings. This is courtesy. Courtesy builds goodwill. Courtesy builds goodwill. 7 C's of communication are concise, concrete, complete, correct, courteous, considerations, clear. There are 3 methods of communication: verbal communication, non-verbal communication, and visual communication. In verbal communication, you have to do the definition part. Verbal communication uses spoken words to communicate a message. It is divided into 4 types: intrapersonal, interpersonal, small group communication, public communication. Intrapersonal communication is the communication with one's self. Interpersonal communication takes place between 2 individuals and is a one-on-one conversation. Small group communication is type of communication that can take place only when there are more than 2 people involved. Public communication is type of communication that takes place when one individual addresses a large gathering of people. Verbal communication we can divide further into oral communication and written communication. Now, what is oral or spoken communication? In oral communication, spoken words are used. Oral communication includes face-to-face conversation, phone communication. The different forms of written communication are memos, employee manuals, faxes, instant messages, letters, email. From page number 12, you have to learn any 4 advantages of verbal communication, any 4 disadvantages of verbal communication. Now, definition of public speaking. Public speaking is the process of communicating information to a large audience. The different examples are like in school, on TV channel, workplace, etc. To become an effective speaker, one have to follow 3 P's. 3 P's are prepare, practice, perform. Non-verbal communication, you just have to learn the different types of non-verbal communications. Only its types. Non-verbal communication is communication without words, which can be through gestures, body language, posture, or facial expressions. The different forms of non-verbal communication are expressions, gestures, paralanguage, touch, space, eye contact, posture. 14, you have to learn any 4 advantages of non-verbal communication. Disadvantages of non-verbal communication. Difference between verbal and non-verbal communication. These all we have discussed prior. Now from page number 15. Visual communication. Visual communication is communication through the use of visual aids. Different examples are given. Next, the various examples of visual communication are as follows. Advantages of visual communication, any 4 you can learn. Disadvantages of visual communication, any 4. Now, session 3, writing skills. You don't have to go for these phrases, kind of sentences, parts of sentences. Now you have to go for from page number 19, parts of speech. This you have to learn thoroughly. Parts of speech. Only this part you have to learn. That's it. Now we have done the recapitulation of the important topics of chapter number 1. I have already forwarded the detailed videos of all the topics. But still, if you have any type of doubt, you can ask me or message me. Okay?